Hey guys, Jacob with Jacob Comics. Alright, it's that time of the week again. It's time. It's time for the Undervalued Key Show. Alright, guys. Now, let's go ahead and let you guys know the Undervalued Key of the Week is Rogue Limited Series number 1 from Marvel Comics of 1995. Super awesome cover. We will show it up a little closer here so you guys can get a good gander of her. Very, very awesome cover. One of the more beautiful books as well from the 90s. It is not a fully foil cover, but as you can see there is some foil in the name there and some other highlights as well. These are all super hard covers. The whole limited series is so there was 4 of them. Super hard covers. As I said, very beautiful comic books if you find them raw in the wild. And we'll get talking about that as usual, and we'll break down a lot of the numbers and how popular the book is and everything like that. Now, before we get dived into that, I do want to let you guys know about the 600 subscriber giveaway. When we hit 600 subscribers, we'll be giving this book away. It's a rare Marvel #1 variant. All you have to do is like the video, comment down below, and be subscribed to the channel. That'll give you a chance to win. Now let's go ahead and get dived more into detail on Rogue Limited Series #1. Now, as I said, it's from January of 1995. It has this super awesome Mike Wieringo and Terry Austin cover, as well as the art inside. But when they're graded or for display purposes or collectability factors, a lot of times, as we've talked about before, guys, the cover really does matter. And this is one of the most iconic Rogue covers in my mind. Or mind, if let's say how CGC does their little extra things. This is such an iconic Rogue shot that I could very well see this being like the little CGC corner piece if there was like a Rogue one. You know how they do the different characters? It literally is one of the most iconic Rogue covers that there is out there. Additionally, key factor on this book, guys, this is her first solo ongoing title. So super cool. January of 1995. It's got the cool 90s foil goodness going on. It's her first solo ongoing title, and I think very important as well. There's another kind of important factor. She is wearing the iconic outfit from her most popular incarnation in the X-Men cartoon in the 90s. And it's close to the version that Fox gave us on screen, especially the jacket. They definitely gave her the jacket. I think a lot of us would have really, really liked to see that full yellow and green outfit underneath the jacket, but hey, with the yellow power gloves. Um, and she's just got it going on, man. She's got the white hair in this one. She's already got her powers from Captain Marvel, and she's super powered up. And one of the things that Marvel always likes to do on these is kind of promote these, and I love too how this one kind of gives you the feel of some of those older comic books with the little these little boxes and this liner down here. So it says, "Finally, because you demanded it, first issue collector's item." Just one of those little extra details that kind of I feel like gives it that extra push. I do actually have. If you're looking over here and you're like, "Are those the other three?" It is the other three. It's Rogue Limited Series 2, 3, and 4 up here. And then I do have. I don't unfortunately have a copy of her first appearance, but I do have the first in title and tied for second appearance right there. So as you can tell, I'm a big fan of Rogue. I think this is a super cool book. Um, and just to kind of piece this together, or at least like I wanted to point this out. A lot of times, collectors, when they're priced out of that first book, they fall to the second appearance or that first solo title. Those generally that kind of tends to be the order of demand and what will how much it would cost. Like that sort of sets like what the price might be, because there will be more demand for those kinds of books, right? And so this is one of those books that I think we could see if it let's say the Fox franchise, or not Fox, excuse me, let's say the new Disney Marvel movies that they've been making. Let's say they do come out with Rogue and say the Captain Marvel TV show. We could be seeing Rogue pretty soon here. They've teased a lot about mutants, and we're definitely headed towards the path of the X-Men coming, right? I'm of the feeling that Rogue, this is it. I don't work for Kevin Feige or anything. I know it behind the scenes information. For a lot of us, it's a complete gamble. But if you enjoy the character and you don't mind getting stuck with books, hey, then that's as I always said, make sure you love the book. I'm not telling you to go buy a book, but if you think it's cool, if you think the price is reasonable that I say, that's kind of what this show is for. And just to show different books that people may not have been aware of. So yeah, Rogue Limited Series #1, super cool book. It's her first, you know, issue of her solo ongoing title. So it might hold some sort of monetary value in the future. At some point, though, this book is still a book that you guys can find. I'm okay. Let's tell the story, because I think it's kind of pertinent to this. So I found these 4 books, this one, this one, this one, and this one, in a dollar bin. I found them in a dollar bin. Um, they're just not crazy popular books, right? I just found them in my dollar bin at my local LCS. But they were so minty, untouched from the 90s. I was like, wow, these are really nice. So I sent them in to be graded, and what do you know? There they are with the 9.8. But yeah. So hey, that's, to lead us into the raw prices on this book, and the fact that you guys don't always have to buy graded copies like you see I have on the show. If you find this book out in the raw, definitely a great pickup. And as I said, with this hardcover that it has, you'd kind of be able to see what kind of condition the book's in just at a glance. And so it's a really just a cool book. If you guys find it in the wilds, I definitely recommend picking it up, especially if you find it like I did in a dollar bin. My searching on eBay did show sales from $5 to $15, depending on the grade of or quality of the raw. So yeah, it sells for a reasonable amount, but not too much. Nothing you're gonna write home and tell your mother about, right? All right, guys. Now I did use my CGC account to dive further into the numbers to see how many of these have been submitted, because not only can that help to show rarity of a book, but it also can show popularity of a book when you kind of know that there was a lot of these printed, right? And so this is an interesting one, because this one came out well before CGC was grading and encapsulating books. It is not a pressable book. You cannot press this book. Maybe, okay, pause, and it's possible that a master who'd been pressing comics for 10 years and has done every kind of comic book and has figured out how to press these hardcovers could get it right without causing damage. It's possible, but it's very unlikely. Okay, let's leave it at that. It's possible, but very unlikely. And he'd probably charge you a bit extra too if he actually knew what he was doing. Just saying. Like, it's a really hard book to play with. So if it's not already in immaculate condition, you're kind of not fixing it, unfortunately. And so that kind of see, when I first saw these numbers, there are only 299 of these on the census. I kind of was like, maybe just not that popular of a book, right? And that could be possible, guys. That could be possible. I'm not leaving that possibility, but let's just say that it's just that there's not that many left in higher grade condition. Let's just speculate that, because that could also be possible. It's from the early to mid 90s. was this January of 1995. Actually, kind of starting to hit the end of the comic boom. So could be one of those books that people got piles of. Um, I definitely could see there's, storage bin somewhere with 150 of these in a short box 9/8 candidates. And maybe that's what's holding back the numbers is a find like that, right? And so I do like to shout these books out that I think you guys could find in the wilds, and if you find it in that high grade, you can get it graded, and it's going to be a good future investment. And this is kind of one of those books. Now there is one 10.0 on the census. There are 8 9.9s, 192 9.8s, 43 9.6s, and 21 9.4s. So as you can see, there's not very many copies on CGC census. Super surprising. One more time, guys, just so you can, get another gander at how awesomely I really think this front cover is. And one of the reasons why I lean slightly towards the side that just not a lot are left in high grade. Because you find a 9/8 of this and you're a submitter, you just submit it because it's cool. And it'll get that 9/8 because it's just a really strong book that, it can take a little handling without receiving damage. So you can send it into CGC, they can look at it and confirm. As long as nothing happens in shipping, it's a sturdy book. So however, that being said, it is one of those books that if you do mishandle it or give it to a child or something like that and let them read it, it's definitely never going to be a 9/8 again. It has to kind of be that unread, pristine book. Just one of those. Maybe read through one super carefully. I don't know. These hardcovers tend to, when you open them fully, if you've ever messed with these, they'll kind of crinkle at the staple right here, and you'll be able to see that it had been opened once. So yeah, that's another reason why I said like this. Book's kind of rare, but doesn't sell, and so this is why I'm like, I don't know where this book falls, guys, but I think it's interesting. So here it is on the show. It's my undervalued key of the week. Real quickly, we'll breeze through the last part of this because there's actually only one sale of this book in any grade between 9.4, 9.6, or 9, but 9.4, 9.6, 9.8. There's only one sale. It is a 9.8 copy. It was October 1st, so a little bit ago, and it was for $95 plus tax, shipping included as always. So I mean, the one sale, not a bad number, around $100, but there was only one sale, so there are some listings on eBay. So I believe there was actually an auction as of the filming of this. So there will be one more sale of a 9.8 for data here very shortly, and we'll all be able to get a better idea of exactly what the demand for this book is today in December. So yeah, I think it's a cool book. It's my undervalued key of the week. Rogue Limited Series #1, the first solo and ongoing title for Rogue. Just a super cool, fun book from the 90s. Another foil goodness. Alright guys, that's what I have today. Remember, if you watch this far into the video, like, comment, and subscribe. It helps the algorithm. We'll see you guys tomorrow, and have a great day.